Alrighty, now we're going into some compound interest formula. Now, you are going to have a few of these super awesome, cool formulas.
Mr. Allen, am I going to have to memorize this formula?
Why, yes, you will, amongst many other formulas. That way, anytime you want, you can calculate the compound interest, of whatever investment you might want to be doing. How awesome is that?
So awesome!
Woo, woo, woo! Well, you know what? We got to know what all this stuff means. So the first part, A of t. Remember, that's not A times t. That's the amount of money that you're going to earn over the course of time. T is time. So it's not A times t. That's just really a way of writing out what your investment actually is representing. P is the principal, the amount of money that you start with. So say you got $1,000, 10 Benjamins that you're going to invest, then that's P. That's the principal. Now, whoever made this original PowerPoint was thinking about the principal. Our pal, like Mr. Rowe, he's our pal. P is the principal. It should be actually P-L-E. All right, let's remember that. All right. Although these interest formulas are like pals to us, it's actually the principal, P-L-E. All right. R is the annual interest rate. Okay, so the percent of interest that we're getting. N is the number of times the interest is compounded per year. Let's drop down here. N could be equal to, annual would be 1, semi-annually, we all love the semi-annual sale, right? So 2, we got our quarterly 4, monthly, 12 months in a year, right? Who can name out all the months? I know I can. Woo, woo, woo. Weeks, weekly, there's 52 weeks in a year, just like there's 52 cards in a deck, which all of you should know now. Or daily, 365 days in a year, unless we're talking about leap years, 366, yo. And lastly, we have T is the time in years. So let's try a quick example here. We want to find the final amount of a $500 investment, that's 5 Benjamins, after 8 years at 7% interest compounded quarterly. Okay, well, let's think about all of our little numbers here. We know 500's our principal, P-L-E, not P-A-L, even though this formula is our pal. We know that it's 8 years, so that's T. So T is 8 years. And we've got 7% interest. R is 7%, so 0.07 for a decimal. And compounded quarterly. What's N going to be in this case? Quarterly. That sounds like 4 times a year. Quarterly. 4. Boom. All right, let's plug this into our formula. So with all the numbers plugged in, this is what the formula is going to look like. That's purty right there. So we have A of t equals 500 times 1 plus 0.07 over 4 raised to the 4 times 8, which is 32. So I can plug all this in my calculator as you see it right now, but you do have to be careful with how you're going to plug it in. It's going to look something like this, 500 times 1 plus 0.07 divided by 4 raised, and if you have one of the older calculators, you're going to want to put this in parentheses here. I would just do that just to be safe. Put that 4 times 8 in parentheses, just so it doesn't do raised to the 4th and then multiply everything by 8, because remember, exponents come first, but parentheses will come before them, so if you put parentheses, it knows to multiply first. Once we plug this all in our calculator, our investment's going to reach $871.11 after rounding. That's a fatty investment after $500 starting right there. You just made like 371 bucks. What's up? Now some of you may be thinking, well, don't I need parentheses right here around the fraction inside? And you totally can do that. Your calculator does know order of operations, so it's going to do the division prior to the addition right here. But if you want to be safe, and I know we usually use parentheses around any fraction, feel free to put a set of parentheses around that fraction, but don't forget then you'd need 2 right here before you do the exponent.